the 608th name, and from there the next 14 to 15 names describe Perumal with relation to Lakshmi or Shri, right? So these are very important names. So I just wanted to quickly go over some meanings of those names. So Shri, okay, so the word Shri is another name for Lakshmi. We have to pronounce it as Shri with the Sha sound. Sometimes Sri, no, but it's not really Sri, it's Shri, SHRI, right? That Shri. So it's another name for Mahalakshmi. And in also Tamil, Mahalakshmi, we call her Tayar, which also means mother. And another name that's used in Tamil is Pirati. If you go to some of the pasurams, you'll hear the word Pirati, which also means Tayar. So basically, in Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, Shri and Narayana are inseparable. So that is why Perumal is always called Shriman Narayana. And she acts as the Purushakaram. So what does that mean? She acts as the mediator between us, the Jivatmas, and Perumal. So she intercedes on our behalf with Perumal and asks him to forgive our sins and grant us moksham. She is the mother of the whole universe, therefore our mother too. Her motherly love for us, called vatsalyam, makes us overlook our sins and defects and help, and she recommends to Perumal that to grant us moksham. So we need to surrender to her first and get her what I call the recommendation letter that we take to Perumal. And because Perumal cannot refuse any request from Tayar because he is so enamored of her, that recommendation that she gives for us, he will accept that and grant us the moksham. So the typical example given here is when a child does something wrong, instead of telling the father, who he might be worried the father might, father has set some rules and he might give some punishment, the child will go to the mother and plead with the mother, and then the mother will go and talk to the father and say, பையன் ஏதோ தப்பு பண்ணிட்டான், ஒன்றும் மன்னிச்சிடுங்க, அவனை திட்டாதீங்கன்னு. So the similar example, we go to our universal mother and surrender ourselves at her feet, and then she will talk to the universal father and make sure that he looks upon us favorably with his grace and grants us moksham. So one other thing here is whenever we visit Perumal Koil, the old tradition was we always should go to Tayar Sannidhi first and then go to Perumal Sannidhi. That's because we should first go surrender to her, get her grace and blessings, and with that we go to Perumal and to then surrender to him at the thing. So sometimes we just go to Perumal Sannidhi. Some people don't even go to Tayar Sannidhi, but always we should go to Tayar Sannidhi first and then go to Perumal Sannidhi. So this word Shri now is going to occur in the next 14 to 15 names. And let us look at the 4 names that we covered last time, right? So the first one is 608, name 608, srivatsa vaksAha. That is, the srivatsam is a mole or a mark that is on Perumal's chest. So the srivatsa molar mark is the asanam or the seat where Mahalakshmi is seated. So a great Sri Vaishnava Acharya Parasar Bhattar says, what is the unique identification on Sriman Narayana's body, Tirumeni, that identifies him as Narayana? He says it is the impressions of Mahalakshmi's feet on his chest that identify him as Sriman Narayana. And those impressions of her feet is what is the srivatsa mark on his chest. And Mahalakshmi is seated on that. So srivatsa vaksAha means he who has srivatsa mark on his chest as a sign of prosperity, his consort Lakshmi is seated with this mark as her pitam or her seat. Tamil, I think, molk marunva. So if you translate this srivatsa vaksha in Tamil, it becomes Tirumaru Marbar. Tiru, of course, is the equivalent of Shri. Maru Marbar, the one who has the srivatsa mole on his chest. Srivatsa vaksAha. 609, srivAsaH, the one on whose chest Mahalakshmi lives and plays to her heart's content. So Mahalakshmikku vasikum இடம் ஆக இருக்கிறான். அதனால் அவனுக்கு பேர் srivAsaH. So that is 609. Name 610, sripatiH. The perfect consort or husband of Mahalakshmi is sripatiH. So both are equal to each other in every respect. We call them the Divya Dampatis, the divine couple who are perfectly made for each other. 611, Srimatam Varaha. The Supreme God, by adorning goddess Lakshmi on his chest, establishes that he is the foremost among the gods. Srimatam Varaha.